Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to testing my paint. We've just done the previous video on like the paint scheme and the paint system to work from. Just going to show you how well these paints spray. We've got the new extractor running as well, that's running now. So we've got top and bottom extraction across my paper, so it's now nice to work up close. You're not going to get any overspray, you're not going to breathe any nasty fumes because it's extracting it right next to where you're working, and it's still nice and quiet. We're running level 3, which is a nice extraction on this to paint at 20 psi, and you can still hear me on the mic, so it's not a loud extractor running. So we'll move in. We're going to use the Hard Resin Gouaches brush on a 02, and I'll just pick random paints out of my set, and you'll just see that every bottle performs. It just performs the same. You've got no issues having your paint dialed in from the off and all pre-mixed. You've got no worries. You just put it in the brush, quick test to the side, and you're painting. Why add all the stress and headache of having all bottles of neat paint that then you've got to try and dial in, and you're trying to thin it out and faff around with it? And that's before you start testing to the side and spraying here. It's all dialed in, all done. So we'll move in and we'll test some of the paint. Right, so I'm just going to grab a number 30, which is a blue. So we're mixing this, a mixture of colour to 10 millilitre bottle, 10 ml up the bottle, flow improver. Every bottle's the same. Drop it in the brush. And there you go, straight away. See the fine detail you can straight away hit with that paint mix. And this is really thinned out. You see the opacity you're getting with it? This is how good the FW inks are. That's how strong the pigments are on FW. Really, really nice. Soft shading with it. That's how your airbrush paint should be spraying. Out the bottle, so-called airbrush paint. But it doesn't. You have to really over thin it and muck around with it. The FW will spray like that out the bottle. But just seeing that there on how strong this pigment is, you do not need to run it straight out the bottle. You really don't. You just dilute it back and stretch that colour out. But great for detail going down. So that's the blue, straight off the bat. Give that little blast through. A couple of drops of cleaner in the cup. No more, don't overfill your cups. If you're working in the micro cup, you've made the right change. If you're using the bigger, even the new infinity cup, you can start wasting paint like you wouldn't believe, and you're cleaner because you'll end up putting too much in. I guarantee it. Switch it up to the micro cup and you'll see a big efficiency saving with your paints. You really will, because half the time you're not using the amount of paint that you put in the cup. Let's grab another colour. We're going to go for number 6. Give it a little shake. Couple of drops in the brush. 3 drops, and again, straight away guys, look, no issues, straight down, tiny little details, straight away, solid, bold colours, straight away. Another mix working exactly the same, and this is what you need to do if you bring this system that you've just seen on the other video that I put up, work your paints like this, you're going to have no issues. Let's grab number 1. We've got a pink, a few drops, pull it through, again see, straight away down on micro stuff, Great colour on it. Soft shade to full opacity. It's like strong pigments. So that's another one, just straight number one, mixed exactly the same. Ready for the next colour. Quick blast through, quick clean. Bubble back in your monstrous massive cup. Even this is though it's a mini. It's still too big. Putting way too much cleaner in, you're putting way too much of your paint in. Let's grab another colour, number, let's go, that's similar to that one. Let's go for number 13. Is it going to be unlucky or is it going to work well? Pull it through, straight away. Fine details because it's mixed the same. This is what I mean, I have no dramas picking a paint up. Full opaque again, not a problem. So this is sort of like stress-free painting for me, just having the paints dialed in. So you can pick any of them up and spray. How many airbrush paints are out there that you can do that with? Just straight out well, this is a pre-mixed, you know, your own set, but how many do you get out the bottle that spray straight away? Hardly any of them do, and they say they're airbrush paint, you know. The FW will spray straight out the bottle, and the System 3 straight out the bottle. As I say, the pigments are that strong, you don't need to have it at that consistency. You can then just minimal flow improver. And you're getting a paint that's going to last, and you're getting the same strength in pigment. Here's another one, number 50. Let's try number 50. It's a nice green colour that I've mixed. Pull it through, straight away, straight down, no breaks. Full opaque again, look. Straight away, no issues. Every paint bottle flows the same. This is what makes my painting, when you see it on YouTube, a hell of a lot easier and a hell of a lot stress free, because I just pick a paint up and I know it's going to do that. If it can do that down to that type of detail and not be spitting, it's perfect for the application. Works an absolute treat, and that's why I'm using it, because it works. You won't get as flowing as good as this with acrylic ink, with acrylic paint. No way. Not as nice as that. Not how the FW and the System 3 lays down, just lays down brilliant. Extractor's working really nice. Can't smell any overspray or paint fume smell here as I'm working. It's pulling it up top and bottom to the filters, so it's working really nice. You can still hear me, which is good, so I can have the extractor running while I'm painting, because people have been saying, where's your extractor? Are you using the extractor when you paint? Let's grab another colour. Let's go for a pink. Oh, we've got a bright yellow, we've got a nice yellow here. Let's try this yellow. Straight through. Like a lemon yellow mix. Again, straight away. Great coverage again. So, pre-mixed, no issues. And if I run out of this and I need to mix it again, because I really like that colour, I need to mix that again, I can just go to the swatch and mix it and get a full bottle again mixed. You can mix all your own colours again, because you wrote down when you work the system in your paint scheme, you work it like that, you'll have no issues. Makes life a lot easier. That's what you want. It's especially when you're dealing with customers and you've got deadlines and you've got to get artwork done. If all your kit and your paint system's all over the place and you ain't got a clue and none of it's pre-mixed and none of it's thinned, you've got to go through all of that, mixing all the colours, colour matching, mucking around. It takes all that time up. If you've got all that paint system dialed in, mixed, numbered, swatches, mixing ratios on how you remix it, you just crack on. You just crack on with the artwork. Get the piece done for the client and it's done. Less stress, workflow and speed. It's all progressed. So there you go. There's a look at my paints that I use, and they all flow the same, and that's how you want all your paints to flow, isn't it? No matter what bottle you pick up, you want it to perform like that, on point every single time, and that's how I've got the system running for me in the studio. It just works. That's why I only like picking the paints I use and picking them up, changing over to other brands and fiddling around. Once you work your paint scheme out and you know it and you know your colours, you've got all your swatches, you know exactly what they do, what lays on top of what, and once you've mastered your paint scheme, you will paint anything. You really will. You'll have a go at anything because all that's dialed in. The extractor works great. We've got overspray here coming up into the filters, top and bottom, nice and even between the two on the filters. So that was drawing really nice. We were running that around about 3 to 4, 20 psi. It was nice and clear. I had clean air being pulled in from the roof filters, because once all the doors are closed, that extractor's got to draw from somewhere. So it's going to draw the air from the studio, and the closest point of air coming in is the roof filters here, bringing clean air in. So it was just sort of coming across, and it was just doing the job. It was getting rid of the overspray. I had no smell when I was painting, which was nice, and it just worked. It didn't sort of be too powerful, because you can crank this right up and you could probably like get the paint to go like that out the end of the brush, how it pulls. But there's no need. You just bring your settings down or take them up to what you want as you're spraying, and it's all sort of come together. It works great. So link in the description if you wanted to move into the paint scheme that I'm using. The link in the description will sell the FW lineup, the System 3 lineup, and we've got the new Dred Custom Skin, which is intermixable with them other two types of paint. So you can intermix it and make loads of colours up. Flow Improver is great. The FW Inks Flow Improver works brilliant with the Custom Skin, FW Inks, System 3 and Aquafine. You can take it across the board with their reducer, goes a long way. You can add water to that as well, so you could dilute that down a bit and stretch that out if you wanted to. The cleaner, this will be available. The new Dred cleaner that's coming out works great. Don't misuse it, because you don't need to sort of chuck loads of cleaner in, and this is what I was going on about in the last video. Working from even the mini cup, going from the mini cup to the micro cup, you'll see a big difference in how much paint saving and cleaner you will save, because you just waste so much when you put bigger cups on. You really do, because you end up putting more paint in. We all do it. The H&S's go a long way down into that body, and you've seen how much paint I was putting through this, and I was going like trying to go minute, a couple of drops. Just makes it a little bit easy when you put the micro cup on, because you can see the top of the brush, so you instantly go 1, 2, 3, and you're getting more than enough paint. You really are. When you're painting a portrait, when you start to break your portrait down and look at where them colours are, you need minimal paint. You don't need a cup full of paint and then go, ooh, chuck it, more cleaner, more cleaner, more cleaner, and you end up getting loads of paint around the tops of these cups. Anyway, any big airbrush cup, you'll get paint build up around the edge when you're doing colour portraits, because you're permanently cleaning and changing colours. You get that build up, so you're not going to put a load of paint in and think, right, I need to decant it back into the bottle. Hang on a minute, let me just unscrew the lid and tip this back in. Oh no, I've now contaminated this because there's all paint that's all around the edge of the cup. I need to clean it. So then you get loads of cleaner and wallop the cleaner in. You get your brush and you're moving around with your artist brush, dunking it, loads more cleaner. just wasting products. You're just wasting good quality products. You're just throwing it away. It's like, why? Just by swapping down a cup size makes a big difference. So I hope this has helped. A little look into how the paints flow, my paint system flows. You can quite easily move into this paint system. In that video before, it explains all about it, and just enjoy it, you know, just enjoy it. So thanks for watching. Drop your comments, like, share, subscribe. It all helps the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.